Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback with Jay Stockwell and Bob Frady.
Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback. I am Jay Stockwell, and I am. Oh, nope, I'm not done.
Yeah, I know. Guess what? You're not done.
I am purposely wearing black. I am purposely wearing black for a reason. I am in mourning after the Penn State game. So for the first time ever, we're doing a postgame and pregame pod in one because we couldn't bear to do a dedicated postgame pod for Penn State. It was awful. And you are?
Oh, is it my time now? I'm Bob Frady. I'm also wearing black. You march down the field, you get to the 1 yard line, and you don't learn the lesson from the Michigan game, and you fail again, and you pull all the air out of your own balloon.
What would you, Bob, what play would you have called on that play?
A field goal. I would call it, because here's what it says. When you go down the field and you tried on fourth down to score, you're like, we should be able to gain 1 yard whenever we want to. What you're telling the other team is, we're scared that we're not going to have this opportunity again. You kick the field goal, say, man, kick the field goal. We'll be back here again. We'll score a touchdown next time. But when you go for the touchdown in the first quarter, what you're telling the team is the same thing you told them against Michigan. I don't think we can keep up. It's a psychology. It's not a numbers thing. It's not an analytics thing. It's a psychology of the game thing. You take the points, you move on.
I actually would have gone for it, but I would have run a run pass option and used this really cool thing called the tight end, which didn't get the whole game. This is your theme, not mine.
There was one pass caught by a tight end in this game. Carter Nelson caught a pass with 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So here's my summary of the game. The Huskers are running a Big 12 offense in the Big 10, and that is a recipe for mediocrity and will forever be – you'll be lucky to get to Bo Pelini level with that type of offense because it's just not tough enough for the Big 10. And, I watched Mahomes on Sunday. I watched a bunch of Tom Brady tape, who, even before Gronk, Ben Coates was Tom Brady's favorite target. It's like the tight end is a critical function in a ball control passing game, and they don't believe in it. And so, I have a personal belief that the tight end is incredibly important, and Nebraska doesn't care about the tight end. If I was a tight end recruit's parent, I would say, do not go to Nebraska. They ignore the tight end. You're a blocker, and maybe that's it. And you're not going to catch passes. You're not going to be featured. You're not going to have anything special. You're not going to have a 100-yard game. You're going to get nothing out of being a tight end in Nebraska. And that is shameful on the part of Nebraska because that's how you win in the Big Ten. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I think that's very fair. Look, for me, the thing that really leapt off the page again, just like at Minnesota, and this is what Matt Rule's going to have to address in the offseason. And my fear is it's going to be the same thing versus Iowa. We are just not getting it done in the trenches. On either side of the ball. So
offensive line, again, you have tight ends who can block. But if you only block with them, then they're not a threat. You have to send them out on a route and throw them a ball occasionally. But defensively, the defensive line, hey, listen, you want to get a first down? Just go wide, and you'll run pass over the left tackle, and there you go. You're good. Or the right tackle. It's a weakness of this team. They're thin on the defense. No disrespect to the kids. They're trying their best, but they're overmatched on the lines. And against the mediocre teams in the Big Ten, you can win. Against the good teams in the Big Ten, you can't. Why? Because they're 10% bigger. That's why it's called the Big Ten.
I didn't know that.
And the Big 12, they're 12% faster, which is why they lose big games because size wins.
Look, there one positive in the game. Emmitt ran for over 100 yards. Boy, did that game get off to a great start with that 53-yard run. And I just thought this is looking great. And then to your point, we got stuffed and then just did nothing the rest of the game. And it was
You
just
always have you
painful to
think
watch.
of this in a business decision-making process. What are the pros and what are the cons of going forward on fourth down? The pro, if you make it, is you score 7 points, which is great. The con, if you miss it, is you psychologically deflate your team.
It's college is a momentum game, man.
And that con is much bigger than the pro. And so from a business decision-making standpoint, you'd be like, obviously, take the points. It's like, it's the psychology. Analytics ignores psychology. And you see it. Teams get on runs, teams get up, teams get down. Psychology still plays a role in this game. And analytics ignores psychology. And, to hell with the analytics people. Sometimes you just need to take the points. The game is won by the team who scores more points, yet you throw points away and you expect to win. Come on, be better.
So Matt Rule, I said at the beginning of the season that 8-4 was going to be the record. So he still has the potential.
Hold on, are we switching from
No,
Penn State to Iowa now?
it's possibly a segue. We may want to talk a little bit about Penn State some more, but he still has the potential to make this a season of progress. But
it's already a season of progress. I mean, they're both qualified early. They didn't have to wait till the last game, which is nice.
Yeah.
But
I mean, a meaningful 8-4 is a meaningful step, which is what I said at the beginning of the season. I'm just concerned about our ability. I mean, now it's going to be at home. That's a big difference maker.
Mhm.
They're only favored. I was favored by 6.5 last time I looked.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that I'm actually calling up for a Husker victory 21-14 out of pure sentimentality, but in my heart, I think we could really struggle here.
So I am probably one of the most optimistic people on the planet in terms of Nebraska winning football games. I keep thinking 11-1's right around the corner. My prediction, and I hate to say this, is Nebraska's going to get boat raced in this game. It's 38-10 Iowa. It's like Iowa ain't stupid. They know that the defensive line is not a strength of Nebraska, and they're just going to run all over us. And they know that we can't score, and so they're going to just bottle us up, defensively. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very, 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 very long day for the Cornhuskers, and I'm happy because listen, you can't win in the Big Ten with this offense. You can't. You couldn't do it last year with Satterfield. You can't do it this year with the genius. It's like play some real football. And Tom Osborne knows it. He's like, it's windy. You got to run. It's like we don't. We just don't. And I hate to say it. For 3 years, I've been like, I'm the optimistic guy. Yeah. So I think this is the first time I've ever predicted a loss for Nebraska. And I don't think it's going to be a loss. I think it's going to be a devastating loss.
Well, I think we have one thing going for us.
What's that?
Even Iowa fans love our corn. The AI is changing the game, and
you want to call this a family show, and you show that.
Well, it's just a guy eating corn.
Yeah, sure. It's a guy eating my corn. Yeah. So listen, I can't hate Iowa as much as you do because my wife's mom is from Iowa. So, we gotta.
Hate's a strong word. Hate's a strong word.
Yes. I can have an active dislike.
Yeah.
But Iowa has more in common with Nebraska than they do with, say, Nevada. Like, it'd be easy to hate Nevada, but Iowa is like, it's like Iowa's like your uncle who sits on the porch and yells things. It's like, well, maybe that's Indiana. Yeah, that's more like Indiana. Iowa's your uncle who never talks to you. That's Iowa.
I went and listened to Husker Doc Talk another Nebraska podcast, Rob Zatechka, he and his media buddy have been doing it for 13 years. And obviously he like our friend Adam Carricker, he's just a really credible guy because he played the game. He's also he's an anesthesiologist, super smart guy. And he was just dead honest about the line play on both sides of the ball and how just abysmal it is. And if Matt Rule really wants to take the next step, look no further than Mike Eckler and his impact on the
special teams.
Yep. Coaching matters, man. Coaching really matters. Look at Indiana and Signetti. I mean, and so you got to get better personnel, and B, you got to get better coaching on the lines on both sides of the ball. Starts with better personnel, though. So let's back up the truck. Let's recruit some guys via NIL. Let's pay them well, and let's get a more stable approach to offense.
Well, we shall see what happens when portal time comes around. A lot of kids are going to have a lot of decisions to make, and the staff's going to have some decisions to make about the future of the program. And so we'll see. We shall see. What happens. It's hard. This is hard to watch. Because Nebraska, if they were in the Big 12, they'd be playing for the championship. And they're not. They're in the Big 10. And, it's very much a big brother beats up on little brother. And Nebraska's, ever since they've been in the Big 10, they've been the little brother. And that's tough. That is tough. And so I hate to say it because, I'm a loyalist, but gosh, I don't see them competing in this game for very long. I hate to say that.
Well, the one thing is it is a home game, and so that changes it. But I mean, that's maybe worth a touchdown.
Yeah. So is USC.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. So
is Michigan.
Yeah.
And so I ain't going. That's all I can say.
And Iowa played a lot of those teams very closely. Indiana.
Yep.
But then they looked a little weak versus Michigan State. So
yeah, a lot of it comes down to Gradowski and how well he plays. And he didn't play very well last game. Maybe he'll play well this game. Listen, this could be a tight game. I just, I got to say something about these hats. Okay, so this says ML, medium large, and I think they need a new size called bucket. Because I'm not alone. I'd see a lot of people at Nebraska with giant heads. You big farm people, big Midwesterners. You got the big bucket on your shoulders, and you get these hats, and they're supposed to stretch and fit everything, and they don't. They don't. You need a new size called bucket. It's got to be like a size 7 7/8 plus, or an 8 or an ocho. Just call it the ocho. It's like if you're wearing an ocho, you're wearing the bucket. So anyway, Nebraska sports information people, get on that size thing. Get the bucket size. These hats are too small.
There's another size called L/XL, which you probably
not in the stretchy. So it's like, yeah, bucket 8 plus the ocho. Going to go on the ocho.
All right. So score prediction there, UB?
38-10 Iowa.
38-10 Iowa. Wow.
I know.
I'm gonna have to write the article. I'm gonna have to write the article then. I'm predicting a win.
I am hoping that you are right. I sure am. But I am not expecting it.
They bounced back positively after both their the big losses, Michigan and USC, and so I think they will. I think they will too. I do think. I really hope they figure out how to really optimize TJ Lateef, and I think that's the simple run pass options. Use that guy's legs.
I will say this about that. There's one way Nebraska can win this game, and it starts on the very first play of the game. If you throw a 5-yard button hook to the tight end on the first play of the game, I was going to go, what the hell? They never do this. And keep feeding the tight end, then you can win the game. Harburg can catch. Lindemeyer can catch, but you don't want him 20 yards downfield. You want him 5 yards downfield and then go. And it's like, I don't understand why I don't get this. It's that simple. And
one other positive from Penn State is Lateef had no turnovers. So, good in that regard. He did show his ability to run with that one touchdown. So
it's kind of a desperation run, but still he made it. So it's tough, man. It's tough. These teams ain't messing around. They're here to take your corn, and your livestock and, all of your harvest. And if you can't punch them back in the mouth, then you're going to lose. And right now there's a clear separation in the Big Ten between the haves and the have-nots, and Nebraska's a have-not.
All right. So you're not going to be in town. You're going to be in California till Saturday.
That's right, dude. I'm in California. We come back on Saturday. So.
Got it. All right. It's 11 a.m. Friday. So this is coming up quick.
11 a.m. Central Time?
11 a.m. Central Time.
It'll be 9 a.m. Pacific Time. We'll watch this and sit there and depress myself for the rest of Friday.
All right, my big brother. Well, you have a happy Thanksgiving. And
you too.
With you having all the kids over and everything?
2 of the 3 are going to make it back. So
nice.
That'll be nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them. All right, take us out, Jay Stockwell.
All right, let's do a really nice one for Iowa. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Go Big Red.
All right, brother. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, happy Thanksgiving.